Look at opinion writing. This week you're writing about a way that people can protect our Earth. In your opinion, what is a way that we can protect our Earth? For my opinion, I chose, we can protect our Earth by buying less stuff. You'll also notice Ms. Dickey decided to use some crazy pens this week. I think we're all getting a little stir crazy, and I decided to make writing a little more fun. So, in my opinion, we can protect our Earth by buying less stuff. Now, you might come up with some reasons for your opinion out of your own head and experience or knowledge that you have, but you might also, to get an opinion or to get enough information, want to head to Epic or look things up online or read a book that you have so that you have lots of research and lots of reasons. I wrote down, and remember, this is my pre-writing, it's not perfect, it's not all down there yet. My first reason that we should buy less stuff is that everything comes from somewhere and uses resources. Plus, you have to move it around. I don't totally explain all that. I can do that in my next draft. Reason number 2, enjoy and fix what you have or share. It's easy. Reason number 3, we have too much garbage and unwanted things. It won't go away. Okay, it's time for me to dive into writing. So, I'm first putting an introduction. Rather than just saying, in my opinion, I want to make people want to read my writing. I went all out on this one, you guys. I've been seeing a lot of you with really good introductions, and it pushed me to feel like, wow, I should step up my introductions. I start with a few questions. Have you ever wanted something you don't really need? Wanted to just buy a new one instead of fixing something? Wondered what happens to things at a thrift store if no one buys them? Me too. In my opinion, one way to help our Earth would be to buy less stuff. I thought if I asked a few questions that I thought most people probably could answer yes to, and also I shared that it's something on my mind, that it might draw people in, so then they want to read the rest. Now, remember that back in the beginning, I just had like a couple short sentences. In my draft, I then take that pre-writing and turn it into a little bit more. Remember, we want to make it longer, make it stronger, make it more convincing. So I wrote, one reason to buy and use less is that everything comes from somewhere. Instead of just leaving it at that, I then explain wood, metal, plastic, it all uses resources. Water and energy have to be used to make stuff too. Plus, then it gets shipped from where it was made to the store or your house. That uses gas. Now, I could have just said in one sentence, one reason to buy is that everything comes from somewhere. Instead, I added, like 3 or 4 more details beyond that to stretch out my writing, make it longer, make it stronger, make it more convincing. Now I have my next paragraph because I have more reasons. For this one I wrote, another reason is that it could be easy to use less. You can enjoy what you already have or try to fix something if it breaks. You can also share things. My friend borrows my dog clipper. I borrowed her snow pants. Whew. You guys, I was a little distracted reading that. It was actually kind of hard to read. Do you notice a difference? I need to do a lot of editing on this. I did that on purpose, but I want to show you the difference it makes when you have kind of some spelling errors. Maybe you didn't reread your work, and I actually repeated a word, didn't I? Also, look carefully. Do you see any periods? Oh my goodness, no wonder this was hard to read. Let's take a look at the fixed version. Another. Ooh, I had to fix a couple things there. Capital A. Also, when we make the sound at the end of a word, it's ER, right? You actually are practicing that this week. Another reason is that it, again, fixed a capital letter, could, what I stopped and thought about was, could was actually a high frequency word we already learned. I should definitely spell could correctly. I know how to spell it. I just need to push myself to do it right. COULD. Could be easy to use less. I noticed that was where I kind of paused while I was talking, and so I put a period there because it's probably the end of my sentence. You can enjoy what I crossed out where I doubled up the word. That was just an accident. I probably started writing the sentence, maybe looked up at something, and then kept going. By reading it aloud to myself, I noticed that repetition, and so I just crossed out the extra word. You can enjoy what you already have or try to fix something if it breaks. You can also, notice that pause I had after breaks? I put in my period. You can also share things. Period. Since I added those periods, I need to be careful and make sure that I capitalize the next letter because it's the beginning of a sentence. My friend borrows my dog clipper, comma, and I thought of a better way to add on that detail that I thought of later. And I, capitalize I always, and I borrowed her snow pants, period. Wow, Ms. Dickey, you made so many corrections, it was hard to follow that. Can we read it one more time, all the way through? Yeah. Another reason is that it could be easy to use less. You can enjoy what you already have or try to fix something if it breaks. You can also share things. My friend borrows my dog clipper, and I've borrowed her snow pants. Wow, that was a lot easier to read. Another thing I want to notice, you did see in the different color, that extra detail I put at the end. That's because I had thought later, like, I feel like I could write more, and so I added just a few more words, but I really think it helped illustrate what I was saying. Then I want to be sure that I have a conclusion. Those are my reasons that we should use and buy less. You can always start small. It might just be easy. Remember, make it stronger, make it more convincing. You're trying to get someone to agree with your opinion. Good luck, you guys. I can't wait to see your ways to protect our Earth.